Good afternoon, Dr. Nixon. Uh, for my 5.4 presentation, I would like to do my conflict resolution. I made it for teachers, and the thought process behind it, I was having trouble kind of getting myself started with this and being sick. I thank Angela and Adana for asking the questions that I had sent. I wasn't sure where I wanted to go with this, but thank you for clarifying. So, as you know, one of the things that I want to do is after I get my degree, I want to really start working more with Temple University and Penn State Abington out here in Philadelphia. And I want to work with student teachers as much as possible. The last 5 years, I've been working with a residency program with Temple, and I've had really good luck. I've been able to really groom these young teachers, and all of my teachers have been offered positions in the last 5 years. They've been offered positions, and not all of them have taken them because many of them try to get into the suburbs of Philadelphia as compared to Philadelphia. But nonetheless, it's something I take a lot of pride in, is working with my student teachers. So I kind of wanted just to have this, and I thought this is something that I'm not just going to do for this class, and I'm going to be able to maybe show it to the student teachers that I work with in the future. It's kind of like a little cheat sheet that I wanted to put together based on the information that we've gone over in the master's program and the ed leadership program, and especially after this course, working in the Rains book as well, which kind of has grown on me after some more reading as well. So the presentation I have for you, Dr. Nixon, is a conflict resolution for teachers, and based on our video that we saw in our course, I would like for the student teachers, the first year teachers that we groom here at our school, to learn to see conflict not necessarily as a negative thing, but to see it as a good thing. And I know that's going to be hard for them to understand, but I'd like to walk you through a couple things, and hopefully it'll start making a little bit of sense. So you are going to find conflicts in school. As a new teacher, especially, people are going to kind of feel you out. They're going to kind of see what they can get away with. They're going to see how much they can push you around. And the three people that I labeled here are parents, students, and coworkers. Now, again, I want you to understand that conflict is not necessarily a negative thing. It can be a good thing. Your parents will be the primary source of your conflict that you're going to face as a teacher. But I want you to remember, as you begin your teaching career, that parents can be your biggest ally if you handle the conflict appropriately. We'll get into a little bit more of that, but I want you to understand that a parent can be your biggest adversary. A parent can be on your side or they can be against you. It depends on how you handle the conflict with the parent. And again, if you are proactive with your parents and you kind of jump the gun with them and you kind of lead the way, the parents are going to have a heck of a lot more respect for you because they're going to see that you're on the ball with that. Now, as a first-year teacher, as a rookie teacher, it's going to be hard to do as a student teacher. But again, if you try to keep a half step ahead, the parents are going to find out that you really care here. Obviously, you're going to have some conflicts with your students. Students are going to be a secondary source of conflict that you will face as a teacher. But again, that's part of your growing pains, and your conflicts with your students are things that you are going to have to work out within the four walls, the confines of your classroom. That's what's going to make you a better leader. At the end of this slide presentation, I have some recommended reading about being an effective leader that I would like you to hone in on as well. And third, your coworkers are going to test you. They're going to see what you're really worth. They're going to push you, but they are trying to get your respect as well. So they may cause some conflict in the school as well. But for sake of this presentation, I'm going to focus on what you could do as a rookie teacher, as a new teacher, as a student teacher, where you can turn conflict into a good thing. All right, so let's learn to see conflict as a good thing. Parents are going to be your lead source of conflict. And again, I put it in parentheses because I don't want you to look at this only as a negative. From this point on, I want you to look at conflict as a good thing. It's a growing pain for all parties involved. Tips for handling and succeeding with parents. I want you to set boundaries for your communication with your parents. Your communication with your parents should only occur during the hours of work. Meaning, you come in, if your day starts at 7:30, contractually you start at 7:20, contractually you're done at 2:19. Between those hours is when you are to make your contact with your parents. Set those boundaries. Don't start with the weekend calls, the evening calls, the before school calls, because if you set that, that will then be the expectation. It's not in your contract. And if you start breaking that, that will then turn into the expectation. It should only happen during work hours. Okay. I know it's going to be hard because they're going to say they're working, and my rebut to that is you're working as well. Make sure that you stay positive in the dialogue with your parents, though. Sit down, think about what you're going to say, cool off before you talk to them, because you might get charged up about a topic or something that has happened in the classroom, something that is not happening, and you need to get to the bottom of it. You're going to be emotionally charged. The students are emotionally charged. The parent will be emotionally charged. Stay positive in your dialogue. It will definitely be hard. I won't lie about this, but it will pay off in the long run. And be sure to properly document all of your conversations, whether you're keeping a log, you're keeping a running Google Doc, if you're keeping a spreadsheet on whose parents you're calling and who you're talking to and when. But you definitely want to keep documentation on all your conversations with your parents. One of the unwritten rules that we have here, and I do agree with it, and when my daughter was in school, respond back to the parents within 24 hours. Now, if they contact you on a Friday night at 8 o'clock at night and they send you an email, again, your hours start on Monday morning at 7:20, okay? But they get in touch with you. Remember, they've reached out because they have a concern. Big, small, trivial or not, they do have a concern. And we are here to help them through it, because ultimately they're trying to help their student. And that is what the end goal is here. So give it 24 hours, but respond to them within that 24 hours. Don't leave them waiting. That is one of the things that many people, it's just a big faux pas. People say, oh, I don't want to talk to him, or I don't want to talk to her because I know that he's mad or she's mad. They're only going to get angrier if you don't respond. Then they may go over your head, and then it turns into a much larger situation as compared to something that you could have just handled in your classroom. You want to seem very responsive, and you want to seem caring to their needs. When contacting the parents, use your school email or your class dojo. Do not directly call them off of your cell phone or your home phone. You can use the school phone. If you have to use your cell, you'll do it during school hours. You'll do *67. You'll have it listed as a private number. You do not want to give your phone number out to parents. Once they see that you are making phone calls and they have your phone number, you've broken that boundary. And again, this is a great way to keep track with your documentation. You're going to log your phone calls, and the class dojo or the email is a running record. Before you do have your conversation, plan what you're going to say. And again, I cannot stress this enough. Keep your information, keep your message positive with the parents. Yes, we're going into a conflict. But again, before you make that call, think of what we're talking about here. Think of conflict as a good thing. It's being done for a good reason. So plan it out, maybe take some notes, write it down, put a little cheat sheet next to you, but keep your tone positive. Be an active listener to their concerns. They have reached out. They do have a legitimate concern. We may not think it's a legitimate concern, or we may think, oh, this is such a small item as compared to everything else that's going on in my life and everything else that's going on in the classroom. But to them, it is a big thing. Give them the ear. Let them know that you care. You must be responsive and give it within the 24 hours. Usually that will help put out any fires that are happening in your class. Now, on a personal note, please remember to take care of yourself in school and take care of yourself out of school. Take some time out of school to relax. Do things that you enjoy. Don't take your work home with you. The work will be there in the morning. The work will be there on Monday morning. If you don't take care of yourself and you're not the best you can't be the best for their student, for their son, their daughter. And nothing in the world means more to these parents than their son or their daughter. If you're not giving 100%, you're already behind. You're already giving yourself a problem here. Don't create a problem. Leave school. Don't take the job home with you. Take care of yourself. Eat well, sleep well, drink well. Always take care of your body. I listed a couple resources here that I would like you to look at. I'll leave them here for you. I took them in my class of conflict resolution at Indiana Wesleyan University when I was pursuing my ed leadership degree. There's some just short videos, but again, I want you to take a few minutes. None of them are more than 15 minutes long. There is the Kilman conflict mode instrument, a couple minutes there. I think when you see how simplistic conflict resolution is, you'll appreciate this much more. Getting to the yes in the real world with William Uri, TED Talk. Again, very simple, but breaks things down. And I want you to just follow along with the videos. I think it'll give you a whole new perspective on looking at conflict as a good thing. Maybe my favorite video that I would love to share is from someone local, actually, Sean Kent Hayashi. It's a 12-minute video, and she starts with the video saying, let's look at conflict as a good thing. Probably one of the most powerful videos that I've seen during my graduate work and postgraduate work. I really appreciated this video, and I want you to really watch it and just digest that video. Probably my favorite video here. And there's Karen Kane, managing difficult people effectively. Really nice, talks about keeping a level head, looking at conflict, not in a negative, but a positive way. So again, I would like you to take a look at the Kilman, the Uri, but definitely the Kent Hayashi video and the Karen Kane. These are 4 videos I would like you to spend a little bit of time on once we're done with this presentation. And I did mention before I'm going to wrap this up that I did have some recommended readings. These are some of the textbooks that I used during my master's and my education leadership degree program. Maxwell, if you have not had a chance to read the 360-Degree Leader, please get your hands on it. I have multiple copies. I burn through. I reference them constantly, talking about being an effective leader. Probably none better that I've read. A nice school change book is from Tomel, Leading School Change, Maximizing Resources for School Improvement. Another nice reference book. These are those kinds of books I leave right next to the computer, right next to my desk. I'm constantly going through and just taking some notes with. And finally, oh, sorry, I put Tomel again. All right, and that was it. All right, I had Tomel there and the Maxwell are the 2 reading books. Okay, so I hope that you found our presentation meaningful. And again, I would like you to go back and take a look at the 4 short YouTube videos that I listed on slides 10 and 11. And hopefully next time we get together, we can discuss what you thought of those. All right. Thank you for your time.